Good morning, guys. I know, long time no see, right? Oh, okay, y'all. I'm sure you all can guess. Mika, can you say hi? Say hi. Izzy. I'm sure you all can guess where we're going. We're going to therapy. Story of our lives. 3 days a week. Hey, no ma'am. That's not a way to greet our friends back. Anyways, I'm so excited to be back in front of the camera. I know it has been a long time, but we have had a lot of life going on. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see all the things that we've been doing. All good things, but exhausting, and it just consumes all my mind space. So, anyways, I'm going to catch you up on what all we've been up to. I'm going to run these little girls to therapy first, and then fill you in on how everyone's doing and what's going on in our world. Get back to this vlogging thing, okay? It's summertime. Hopefully have a little more space, a little more time to pick up the camera a whole lot more. Okay, let's get the girls to therapy first. Well, dropped the girls off. Went to the park to film this whole vlog and tell you about what we've been up to for the past month. And I just came home to start editing it, and there was too much wind, so the sound wasn't all that great. So Stan just left with the boys to go get Grayson a haircut, and they're going to go work out. I've got Isabel in her bed resting. Mika is right here watching a movie with no sound so that I could film this. So we're just going to redo this whole thing and tell you why we have been MIA for the past month here on YouTube. So I believe in the last vlog from back in April, I told y'all about Emerson's car. It's a 2012 Chevy Equinox. It is just jacked up and it needed a whole new engine. And so for 6 weeks she didn't have a car. We forked out about $4,000 only to get the car back. 2 days later, I think it started messing up again. This isn't anything on my mechanic. If you go Google this situation, it is a very complex problem that is happening in Chevy Equinoxes, old ones and new ones. It's insane. So we are still dealing with that. We are still dealing with, day in and day out. Hey, Mom, it's messing up. Hey, it died. Hey, it's doing this. It's doing that. Anyways, long story short, she's leaving for Guatemala in a week and a half, and we will just take her car to the mechanic then and let him keep it for a couple weeks because trying to do this big family and an 18-year-old who also has a job and a life in one vehicle was a little hard and stressful. We made it work. It was totally fine. But anyways, so dealing with that's been a bit frustrating, but it's okay. Things could be worse, right? So we start off in May. May 6th, my parents had their 50th wedding anniversary, and that's kind of a big deal. I am super blessed that I have a mom and dad that are still married. They have a godly marriage. They do not have a perfect marriage, but they have been great role models and what a marriage is to look like, and all of those things. So we felt, I have an older brother who actually lives in Texas. A lot of y'all don't even know that I have a brother. But he lives in Texas with his wife, and they have a daughter that's almost 22. So her and Addison are the same age. And then my younger sister, Robin, lives here. I know that y'all have seen her a lot. Anyways, we wanted to put together a little 50th wedding anniversary celebration for them. But we really just kept it family. My mom's sister and her husband came in. My dad's sister and her family came in. And then it was just all of us here. And so it still ended up being probably 20 people. But we just kept it family and kept it real just small. But it was just a special night. We had so much fun. My sister, my brother, and I, we each just kind of wrote a little letter to just a little letter that we were going to read to Mom and Dad and what they meant to us and all of those types of things. And so that was super special, and Mom and Dad got to take the letters home so that they can keep them forever and just kind of read back on those. Those are the types of things that my mom and dad love, those sentimental things. So then after that, my dad secretly asked my niece Tori and Emerson to have a little duet. My niece has a beautiful voice and Emerson can play guitar. So they sang Stand By Me. Apparently that's a song that my mom and dad both love. It was a surprise to my mom. She had no idea. So that was really sweet. But they did such an amazing job and it was so special. I mean, they did an amazing job. Let me let you listen real quick.
Whether you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand.
It was just a fun evening, and I'm so thankful that we got to document it and just take a night to celebrate Mom and Dad's 50 years of commitment to each other, because it's definitely a testimony this day and age. So we got past that party number 1, checked off the list. Fast forward, I guess, a week or week and a half. May 13th was our grandbaby Brantley. He just turned 2. Was going to be his birthday party. So, Rainey was going to throw a Toy Story birthday party at her house. I didn't have to do much. I offered to bring pigs in a blanket, something else. And then I just offered to keep her kids the day of, so that she could decorate and get all of that together. Well, this particular morning, she dropped off Brantley, who, like I said, is 2, and then baby Elise is 4 months old and just sweet as pie. She dropped them off here that morning, and I was going to keep them for several hours. And, you know, it just was a yucky day. I'll be honest with you. You know, some days we as mamas, we kill it. We have all the patience in the world. We're productive. We're checking things off of our list. I mean, we're feeling like we're doing a good job. And then there are days where you feel like the killing got you and you just suck, you know, and it's just a yuck day. And that day was, that was me that day. I just felt like, I don't know, it was just a lot. It was just a lot and just a yuck day. And so, anyways, Rainey got our kids. They went back home and we went about our day. And later on that evening, I knew that we had to go to Brantley's birthday party. Didn't feel like being sociable. I was a crab apple, but I mustered up, put on some makeup, put on an outfit, and took my pigs in a blanket, and we all went to Brantley's birthday party. I knew Emerson had been over there decorating and helping Rainey, so I asked her, I'm like, what time is the party? I couldn't remember if it was 6 or 6:30. She told me 6:30. I was like, okay. So we get over there, and we pull up at like 6:28 or so, and there are cars everywhere. And I'm like, we are late to his party. I was immediately annoyed. I was like, Emerson told me the wrong time. It must have been 6 o'clock, not 6:30. So I put it in park, stand, and everybody knew I was irritated. And I get out and I'm walking up to her door. I'm ready to fuss at Emerson because I'm like, you told me the wrong time for my grandbaby's birthday party. I don't like to be late anywhere. I try to be on time, if not early. I was getting ready to fuss at her. So I walked in the door, and here's what I found.
Surprise! Happy birthday, dear Ashley. And Brantley. Happy birthday to you.
All of that was a surprise party for me because my birthday was going to be in 3 days. So they literally had planned this for weeks on end. I did not have a clue. Like, not even a thought. Like, I knew this was Brantley's day. I was excited we were having his birthday party on his exact birthday. My birthday was going to be in a few days. We'll go out to dinner or something small like that. But Emerson and her best friend Hudson and Rainey came together and said, we want to throw Mama Ashley a birthday party, a surprise birthday party. And so Emerson and Hudson and Rainey all pitched in and put all of this together, invited all of our dearest friends, And it just made me feel so special. You know, I'm not a high maintenance person at all. I don't like to be the center of attention, which is kind of odd since I have a YouTube channel, but I really don't like to be the center of attention at all. But can I just say how special it made me feel to know that they thought so much of me to plan this party and to invite all my friends. Like, it just made me feel so special and so loved. I think the best part of it was all three of them pitched in, Emerson, Hudson, and Rainey. But Emerson led with the whole financial burden of it. She paid for everything on her own. Stan offered to give her money to pitch in towards the party, but she did it all on her own. And so the fact that my precious 18-year-old daughter, who was fixing to be jobless because her job was about to come to an end, anyway, she just chose to spend money on her mama for her birthday party. And it was so sweet. They had a picture wall. They had a balloon wall. They had my favorite food. I love Mexican, so they had chicken tacos, a beautiful cake my mom had made, guacamole. I think Hudson made churros because he loves to cook. I mean, it was just so special, and it was all the things that I love the most. So that was so exciting, and it was so exciting. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I love surprises, and I love surprising people. So I think that that's why it meant so much to me. So the next day was Saturday, and I had planned to be a part of a local event here to raise money for the Children's Coalition, something like that. But they have dragon boat races. And so y'all know that I go to two gyms. One of the gyms, Tribe 31, with my friend Joellen. We put together a team of 21 women to compete in the dragon boat races. It was a beautiful day, and we had so much fun. We all brought food and snacks, and while we were waiting for the other teams to compete, you know, we would just sit and hang out and eat. But y'all, dragon boat racing is no joke. It was 200 meters, which is not super far. But, I mean, there's this whole method to rowing, and it's tiring. It's tiring. And it was just really a fun time getting to know some of the other women there. I tend to be an introvert and can tend to just kind of stick to myself. But that was kind of one of the reasons why I chose to sign up and do this race, was just to get out and do something different, to do something challenging, and to try to get to know some of these ladies at the gym that I already work out with. So it was a fabulous time. I will definitely sign up next year to do it again. Had a great time. It was a very good experience. So the next celebration we have is Brantley is turning 2 years old. It was a Toy Story themed party. She just had some water fun for the kids. It was hot outside, but we all sat in the shade with some fans going. We enjoyed some pizza and cake, and it was a really fun time. That Brantley James has so much personality, so much energy. I'm not quite sure where he gets it all from. Actually, I do. I remember Addison. He was constantly on the go when he was little, just like Brantley. So he gets it on us, I guess you could say.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Brantley. Happy birthday to you. Brantley, go. Go. No. Can you go? Yeah, go hard.
Now we're prepping for Emerson's graduation. So Emerson graduated on May 21st, graduated from high school. Also on May 21st was Grayson's first powerlifting meet. So we have been a member of the Wellness Center, which is a local gym here. We have been members with them for probably 18 to 20 years. And they have a rule that when your child turns 12 years old, they are allowed to go and work out with the parents. So, you know, our oldest Addison, when he turned 12, I think 12 or 13, he started working out. Very strong, very committed to the gym. He did powerlifting meets as well. And then then Emerson comes along. Now, Emerson didn't really start working out a whole lot until probably a year and a half ago, I'm guessing. And she has transformed her body. She has gained like 20 pounds. She's no longer a little string bean. She is solid muscle. She's built a lot like Stan. Very strong. Then we've got our next kid coming up, Grayson. He really didn't start working out till last year when he turned 14. And he transformed his body. He lost a lot of weight. Put on a lot of muscle. I mean, very committed. And he just really fell in love with working out at the gym, lifting weights, lifting heavy weights. And so, I'm guessing about 5 months ago, I don't know how the idea came up, but he decided he wanted to try to do a powerlifting meet. And since Addison has done them before, and Addison's very knowledgeable in how you should train for that type of thing, he helped Grayson. So throughout the past, I guess, about 5 months, Grayson and Addison were really close, working out together in the gym. And it was just really cool to see their relationship grow like that. So he had his first powerlifting meet the same day as Emerson was graduating, which was stressing me out as a mama because I don't want to miss either event. Obviously, a graduation, high school graduation, takes top priority because that's once in a lifetime event. There's going to be more powerlifting meets, but I wanted to make sure that one didn't overshadow the other. And you know, these are things and thoughts that go through a mama's head that probably nobody else really knows is going on, is just being intentional and making sure each child is getting attention when it comes to their special occasions that are really big and exciting to them. And so I knew we were going to have to leave Grayson's powerlifting meet early to get to the graduation, which was already stressing me out that I was going to have to miss some of it. And I didn't want him to feel like we didn't want to stay and watch. But he's almost 15. He understands that we've got to be at Emerson's graduation. So he didn't have a problem with it, but it's just a mama thing, right? So Grayson maxed out at squat with 265 pounds.
Yes.
Weight on him.
Good.
Weight on him.
Wait for the command. Come on. One. Yeah.
Yeah! And then he did bench press. His bench press, he got 165, which is a lot of weight for a 14-year-old. He has benched more than that, but he kind of messed up on a couple things. But he got 165, which is great. And then on deadlift, he got 325 pounds, and he was completely pumped about that. So he did amazing. We were so proud of him. He works very well under pressure. So Grayson ended up placing 3rd place in his weight class, and he was very excited about that. So past the powerlifting meet, now we're to the big day, Emerson's graduation. It's ceremony time. For those of y'all that don't know, we have homeschooled all of our kids from the get-go. They haven't ever done any type of traditional schooling. They've always been at home with me, which we love. And so our Christian Homeschooling Association here in our area, they put on a beautiful graduation ceremony. And it's really cool because the parents get to go on stage and present the diploma to each of the graduates. So let me just show you our little clip of Emerson receiving her diploma.
Emerson Marie Phelps. Emerson is the daughter of Stan and Ashley Phelps, has been homeschooled since she was 5. She's been a full-time nanny for the last 4 years while completing her daily schooling tasks. When Emerson isn't working, she can be found powerlifting at the gym and spending time with her friends. Emerson's mission-minded will travel to Guatemala for 6 weeks after graduation. Her late uncle Mark Phelps greatly influenced Emerson's life as he battled cancer, trusted in the Lord even in the worst of times. As Emerson embarks on a new unknown season of life, she'll strive to cling to the same hope and trust that he lived out. Our favorite scripture is John 13:7. Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." Emerson Phelps.
So once they received their diploma, we all walked down, and this is something that you can't see because we didn't film or get pictures of it, but they have about a 5-minute session where they call it a family prayer circle, and all the family, friends, whoever you want will come down to the front and circle the graduates, and they will pray over them. So I love that aspect of it. So we had a whole slew of people praying over Emerson. It was just a really sweet time, lots of tears, but I love that aspect of the ceremony. And so after the ceremony, everyone went to the fellowship hall. They served cupcakes and punch. And this was a time where all the families and guests could walk around and see every graduating senior's personal table that they decorated themselves. And so we just spent some time there. Like I said, it was packed. It was crowded. You could barely move. But we just took pictures with all of our friends, all of the family members, and we packed up our stuff and left because we had a huge graduation dance party to get to that we were throwing in honor of Emerson. We all love to dance, and so we knew that we needed to have a dance party for Emerson's graduation hoopla. Emerson didn't want a big theme. She didn't want anything over the top, but I knew it was going to be at night. I wanted it to look good. I wanted it to look put together, even though Emerson really could care less about any of that. So we just went with lights, and we just lit it up with some beautiful lights and some tables and some centerpieces. And really, that was it. So we kept it very simple with the menu. We did ballpark nachos. We put out taco meat and lettuce and tomatoes and sour cream so you could like load up your nachos. My mom loves to bake, so she made all the desserts. It was such a fun night, and it's such a blessing to know that people love you and want to show up for your family. You know, like it's a big deal for me that my kids are doing these things, that they're graduating and they're having, you know, these accomplishments and whatever it is. It's normal for me to want to celebrate them, but to see so many others that want to come alongside of us and celebrate our kids and their accomplishment blesses me so much. It was such a fun night. We just turned the music on, danced, laughed. I think we were there till about 11 o'clock that night. Got home and just crashed, exhausted, but it was so worth it. So anyways, the past 2 to 3 days, I have set my booty on the couch. I have relaxed, exhausted from all of the hoopla from the past, I guess, 3 to 4 weeks. It has been all amazing events, big celebrations. A huge praise is that Isabel did amazing through all of this. Like, just go with the flow. She'd sit in her stroller for hours. She'd laugh. She'd crawl on the ground. Friends would play with her and love her. And so that was a huge blessing to know that she was okay. She was in a good place. Mom and Dad could go and entertain and host and do what we needed to do without fear that Isabel was overwhelmed or crying or anything like that. So thankful for that. And then, you know, Michaela's just go with the flow. She'll do whatever, whenever, and she's always got a smile on her face. That is what we have been up to, and I know that was a mouthful, and I don't know how long this vlog is going to be, and I'm so sorry. But I didn't feel like I could like carry on with daily vlogs like I used to do without catching you up on like what our family has been up to, because it's been big events, big things. And I wanted you to know why we have been MIA. All is well over here. Everything is wonderful. It's just been busy. But thank y'all for joining. I appreciate you being here. And I promise you we're going to see you in a few days with a new vlog.